With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to
the Raiders since California. Today, Raiders. Gordon and Charles, we saw Larry focus on the tight end matchup in his open. You think it's 1-1?
Wide, in the slot, line up in a normal tight end position, and then who are you going to cover him with? Is it a linebacker, a defensive back? They create mismatches.
From Oakland, here's Taiwan Jones on the return. Now a first carry for a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Throw on second down, and he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. On first down, Murray. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now Carr throwing on second down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
We ready?
They're going to run it with Murray. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
It's 4th and 2, and you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage. So you have to be definite about your decision about where to go.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Again, it's Murray. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here.
We ready?
Carr completes it right side to Cooper. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And he's already got 2 catches.
That guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Fresh set of downs here. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And this one's incomplete. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but That's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive.
We ready? Red 18. Red 18.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. Throw left side to the tight end Walford. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Now Jones. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive. Now Carr to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. Give him 8 on the play, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Not only is a slant route really difficult to cover, it's a real staple play for an offense on a 4th down because it's a quick-hitting play. Get the ball in the hands of the quarterback right to the receiver.
And the receiver has to be ready because that thing's coming. Down carry by Jones. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Still 2nd down.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
We ready?
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Into the red zone. It's Carr. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It's the 1st-round pick from a year ago, Bud Dupree. Coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this down to the 8. 12 yards is the pickup there, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. He may try and run for this. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
I can't say that I was really in love with the play call there. A draw in that situation, I know it's a risk-reward call. If it works, he walks in. But otherwise, you're bringing up a really tough 4th down situation.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive.
All right, here we go. Red 18.
They'll try and run with Murray. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very 1st drive of the afternoon. A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their 1st trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in. But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And a cutback right sideline. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, partner, you know I always tend to lean towards the defensive guys. But in this case, I have no defense. How about that run right there?
Yeah, just a tip of the cap to Le'Veon Bell, and that's what he can do. You think some people back in 2013 that had first-round picks wish that they would have taken him?
That's when you go back to your scouting department and say, what exactly did we miss here? Maybe some people have some new jobs. He's a big-time player. If they don't start getting him on the ground here quickly, he's going to pile up a huge game.
Antonio Brown, he and Big Ben, they really shredded that Colts secondary on Thanksgiving night. 5 catches for Brown, 3 of them in the end zone, 91 yards.
He's gotten to the stage in his career where he sees single coverage. It's disrespectful, and I think it angers him. You've got to bring 2 or 3 guys to his area to try and dissuade the quarterback from even thinking about throwing it to him. Because when you don't, one guy, oh, he's going to get toasted up.
The 15 yards there on the catch and run. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 49 yards. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Offside, defense.
Well, the Steelers talked about this a lot in the offseason, always going for 2, and they're going to try to go for 2 after their first score. They'll try and run it in with Bell, and he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. The penalty got him half the distance to the goal down to the 1, made that try a little easier.
Yeah, without a doubt, and it opens up your playbook, doesn't it? From the 1-yard line, run, pass, do whatever you want there, and they did it successfully.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the Raiders take the field on offense again, sitting at 9-2, Charles, clinching their first winning season since way back in 2002.
And for most franchises, everyone would be dancing in the target in mind.
I think a much bigger target.
I mean, 9-2, terrific. Hey, they've erased some of that history, but they think that they can make a real deep run in the playoffs and be a real factor towards the Super Bowl.
On first down, Carr. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Charles, as we glance back at Week 12 for a second, of all the games that were played, maybe that Chiefs-Broncos the most significant when you look at the playoff picture?
Most significant and maybe best played. I mean, think about all the excitement that went into that game, all the big plays, both sides having a chance to take control, Kansas City ultimately winning it. But Gary Kubiak, the head coach of Denver, his decision with about a minute to go to try the 62-yard field goal, that's the one that may come back because they had a chance to go ahead and take an overtime tie and put that on their record. Instead, it contributed to a loss.
Yeah, and it dropped the Broncos to 7-4. The Chiefs up to 8-3 behind the Raiders. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Carr now to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
It's a gain of 14 there, and that'll be good for an Oakland first down.
Every quarterback likes having a reliable target at tight end, and I think young quarterbacks especially, because they want to get the ball in their hands quickly. I think these two, Derek Carr and Clive Walford, that's a pretty good connection for years to come for Oakland.
Yeah, he started to come on strong end of his rookie year. Now the Raiders really hoping for that second-year jump out of Walford. Amari Cooper, the intended target. All right, partner, we got Black Friday, Cyber Monday in the rearview mirror. Now it's football focus time, and it's getting towards the playoffs. If we look at the NFC playoff picture right now, legitimately, who can challenge the Cowboys?
Well, I think first and foremost, you're going to say Seattle because of the way they play defense. If they get everyone back healthy, look out. That'd be a heck of a battle. But I'm going to give you one that may surprise you, and I think it's the New York Giants. And the reason being, that's their M.O. They get hot late in the season, and they're always a good playoff team.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's a first-round pick, Artie Burns. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
As the Steelers trot back out for offense, Charles, wanted to ask you about the AFC North. They're tied with the Ravens through 12 weeks at 6-5. But just because of the kind of the mystique of the Steelers, you get the sense that this is their division to win.
The mystique and Big Ben at quarterback. Because I think that when you really analyze it going down the stretch, people I talk to around the league, they all still feel that the Steelers at the end of the year will be atop of the AFC North because Big Ben provides the edge that they need.
Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Finding time. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. On third down, Roethlisberger steps away to his left. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here we go.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. He's got time in the pocket. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Smith. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. Jeez, they don't even want to let their guys get a drink of water. All right, third quarter, let's get to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Roethlisberger, a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Smith. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They go back to the air here after the INT. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
We ready? Red 18.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
We ready? Wide 88. Wide 88. Hey, we go rally. There you go. Wide 88.
That was second down run for Murray. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Carr turns, hands to Murray. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And the offense moving quickly to the line. 10th carry of the game now, Murray. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Amari Cooper, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders move back within a couple of the lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Carr will look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's 10 down back shy of the 20. The Raider defense now, here they are as they get ready to trot back onto the field. And the interception the last time they were out there ended up leading to a touchdown.
So the only thing they didn't get really was the pick 6. Because that's what everyone wants. Take it immediately to the end zone. But their offense capitalized on the takeaway and turned it into the 6 points they were looking for.
Set them up pretty, got the touchdown. Now they're back out there defensively. He's going to float this one. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 82 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here, and our score is going to stay right where it is. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And here comes the Steelers defense making their way onto the field. And they gave up a touchdown last drive. You kind of need to hit the reset button after every touchdown given up, Charles.
I love that. And the way that you phrased it is perfect because from series to series, you can reset how the game is going to go. If you gave up a touchdown before, it doesn't mean you have to do it again. And if you made a great play before, you have to reset again anyway because they're going to attack. So I love the way you phrased it and put it out there. That's what they have to do in this series.
Not like when you're playing a video game. You can't hit the reset button here. Let's go.
No, you shouldn't anyway. That's for sure.
No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key third down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Here's Carr to throw. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they're going to speed things up here.
All right, here we go.
Carr now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
When you hear screen, screen, screen on defense, that's a little bit scary because you know a big play might result.
He was so ready to get to part 2 of the screen, he forgot part 1, couldn't get the ball. Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield. He's sacked at the 46. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
All right, here we go.
On third and long, it's Carr. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
All right, Brandon, we've got a minute here. Let's talk about some of the top performers from last week. And I'm going to start with Tyreek Hill with the Kansas City Chiefs. What he did, phenomenal. The first rookie since Gale Sayers in 1965. Rushing touchdown, receiving touchdown, return touchdown.
Who else you got?
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and Mike Evans, the wide receiver with Tampa Bay. Over 1,000 yards again in a season. He's done it every year he's been in the league. His first 3 seasons, he's joining some really nice company. And last but not least, don't leave out the defender. How about the sack duel we had? Von Miller of the Broncos, Justin Houston of Kansas City, 3 sacks each in their great game.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Big boys down there in the trenches and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
Still third down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Ben on 3rd and long. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by first-rounder Carl Joseph. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. So out come the Raiders. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And now out come the Steelers. They come out here in the eye. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here, so pressure the offensive line.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Delay of game, offense. Still third down.
12 yards to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Carry on the return. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Raiders will take possession. And our attention here turns to Latavius Murray. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync. Because early in the game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets. And you might not block them quite the way you want to. But as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, Now it all comes together.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Ricardo Matthews in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Throwing his car on third down. And that's complete to Wall. After all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. Not much room here. Now whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Again, it's Bell. And they take him down. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Still 9 yards to go on third down. Now it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now carry. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Back to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And now it's second down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
He's back to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
They'll look to throw. Roberts with it over the middle. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And quickly they get to the line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Back to throw. Throw left side to the tight end Walford. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Here's Wolford over the middle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Washington on 3rd and short. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. And now they're in the hurry-up. Back to throw. Carr. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Right, here we go.
To throw is Carr. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.